Becca,
Jeff.
you ready to talk about a movie? You ready to talk about one of your favorite movies?
I am so ready.
Okay, let's do it. Welcome to the Close Knit Cinema Podcast. We, Becca and I, are siblings who love to talk about movies. And on this show, we take turns discussing some of our favorite movies. This is our first episode. So, because that is the case, I want to talk a little bit about how this podcast started and why it started. So, Becca, why did you think to do this podcast?
I thought to do this podcast because I was having a conversation with my husband, Kyle.
Mm,
You may know him.
I do know him.
And I was randomly talking about one of my favorite movies. And I was going into this random explanation of why I like this movie.
Hmm.
And I thought, why, I get so much enjoyment from talking about
Yeah.
a movie like this, and I feel like I need like an outlet for that. And I thought, well, I know my brother likes to talk about movies as well.
Yeah.
And originally I thought, oh, maybe we could do some kind of filmed interview type show thing, but that would just be so much work. And so then it naturally went to, what about a podcast?
Podcast.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because a lot of podcasts nowadays, they do film. Like they
Yeah.
film it and they record
So
it.
you can choose whether you watch it or just listen.
And for simplicity's sake, I think the recording is fine and we have no idea what we're doing, so it's okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and that sounds about right. I mean, so it's interesting to me because like you reached out to me and we talk to each other often, but you kind of just brought it up. And what's funny is I had thought about doing something to that effect years ago, and I remember it was specifically like I had this weird idea of like me and another guy sitting down watching Pride and Prejudice and trying to explain it to him what was going on based on what I understood, even though I don't actually understand it very well, which I thought would be funny. Anyway, that never happened because I just couldn't think of anyone who would do that with me. But um, more recently, I frankly have been having work struggles, been a little anxious and
Mm-hmm.
need things to distract my mind a little bit. And I kept thinking, I need something to do that is not work, that I can get excited about. And that is, and right around that time, you called me and were like, let's do this podcast.
Yeah.
And you had made me do my top 10, which is actually a top 20 for me, but because I couldn't narrow it down. And it was just like, let's start with those. Let's just talk about the movies we have in your top 10 and the movies I have in my top 10. And it just kind of lined up that we have no crossovers, which is weird
Yeah.
because we grew up together.
Not a single favorite is the same.
And it's like I feel like we feel pretty similar about most things. Like we've talked about movies and like we don't veer away from each other as far as our opinions go too often.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so here we
Yeah.
are. We're doing the thing. And so hopefully it's at least enjoyable for us and maybe family. If it goes
Yeah.
further than that, that's cool too. But
That's what I said too. I'm like, I don't really care if it's like listened by people, because I see it more as like, I enjoy this. I enjoy talking about it. And it's kind of almost therapeutic in a way.
yeah.
And I look forward to listening to our conversations as well.
It's also just a cool opportunity to, I think, document ourselves. It's like some people journal, they
Yeah.
write it down. I think this will be our way of like, it won't be our history necessarily, but it's us.
Mm-hmm.
It's hopefully an accurate representation of us.
Yeah, a little glimpse into our personalities. And yeah.
Yeah. And I'm keeping an eye on the clock. We have no idea how long this is going to be.
Yep.
And
First time through.
yep, we're at about 5 to 7 minutes right now, which is fine. I think that's okay.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. Let's talk about what movie we're talking about today. Uh,
Yeah.
so this is one of Becca's favorite movies. We are going to be talking about the 2009 comedy called Whip It. It was directed by Drew Barrymore. I think it was her first, right? It was her directorial debut.
Yes.
And it was written by Shauna Cross. And if I read correctly, it's based off of a book that she also wrote. And it stars Ellen Page, now Elliot Page,
Hmm.
and many other people. Most notably, Drew Barrymore is also in the movie. She has a smaller role. Kristen Wiig is in it. And uh, Ellen Page's mom is played by Marcia Harden. I haven't really seen her in anything else as far as I can remember.
I just can't think of the names.
It also has Daniel Stern and Alia Shawkat. I actually have no idea how to pronounce her name, but she's in Arrested Development. That's how I know her.
Oh, yes. Yep.
And many other people. There's actually quite a lot of people in this movie, and it's anyway fun cast, really fun cast. And anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So first off, Becca, where on your list does this fall? So in your list of 10 movies, where is
Yes.
it?
Yeah, so I do have a top 10 list of movies,
Yes.
and this happens to be my number 10
Okay.
favorite movie.
So it barely made the cut.
Yep.
Got it.
So it is on the lower end of the
So
favorites.
if everything goes horribly wrong, it's like, well, it was number 10. It wasn't number 1.
Yeah. Yep.
So hopefully the batteries on our microphones don't die. Well, cool. So number 10, and here's the big question of the night, I think. Why is this one of your favorite movies? What makes it one of your favorite movies, Becca? Big question.
Yes, this is the big question. This is the question that started the birth of this podcast.
Yeah.
No, because this is the movie that I was talking to my husband about when I said I want to do a podcast.
Mm,
Um, yeah, so I mean, obviously, I enjoy this movie, and like the simple answer of why it's one of my favorites is I like multiple things about it. Like
sure.
I enjoy many of the cast members that are in it. I really found Kristen Wiig funny on
Mm.
SNL
Oh, yeah.
around that time. I love the music in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the comedy in it is pretty funny. It hits well with me.
Yeah.
But what started the conversation of why I really think this is one of my favorite movies
Yeah.
that crosses that line into favorite. Um, when it came out, and I mean, I actually don't remember if I saw it when it came out,
Yeah.
but when I first watched it, I remember it really like resonating with me
Okay.
at the age that I was,
So you would have
which
been what,
and that's like
13 or 12?
see, I don't know when I watched it exactly, but I can
Fair
guess
enough.
that I was either like teenager, probably teenager. I was gonna say like college, early college age,
So you
maybe.
saw it after it came out.
Yeah, because I never saw it in the theaters.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Um, anyway, but like it felt relatable to me on like many notes, but just like the first glimpse you get of this main character, Bliss, um, seeing these roly derby roller derby.
Lovingly referred to as Blister by her father.
Yes, Blister. Lovely nickname. She sees the roller derby women in passing and is just
Mhm.
immediately like enthralled by them and wants to see more and be a part of that world.
Yeah.
I related to that, which sounds really weird.
Hmm.
Not that I wanted to be a roller derby person.
There wasn't a big roller derby circuit where we live, I don't think.
No. No, I probably didn't even know what roller derby was before this movie, but
And it is a real thing.
yes.
It is not like
Yep.
made up for the movie.
Mhm.
I guess big in Texas, and some of the teams are, at least one of the teams is the name of a real team that existed. I know that.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, I remember this is gonna sound really funny, but when I was young, I had this, like, low-key desire or envy to be a part of this, like, particular group of people, which I don't know if my description of them is gonna make sense.
what? I
I know, I know,
I haven't heard this.
I'm dragging this along. I would refer to, like, people of the, like, I would say indie style,
Okay.
people that I would say dress indie style and are more into the arts.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, film people, photography people, they had a certain, like, way they dressed,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Okay.
I for some reason, that's, like, the feeling I kind of had that I related with this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was, again, a very, like, low envy there, but I related in that way. And then the other relation is that feeling of, like, belonging to a group or team.
Sure.
I loved being part of my high school basketball team. Like, it just being a part of a group like that makes you feel so special, especially when you're at that age in
I
life.
forgot that you did that, honestly.
Yeah.
I probably wasn't living at home,
No.
so I kind of missed that a little bit. So
Yeah.
okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
So, anyway, I related it up, like, on those notes, and so
Mhm.
because of that, it really stuck out to me, and
Okay.
now that I'm older and not in that position in life, it's
Yeah.
kind of a nostalgic thing.
Sure. It probably makes you relive that part of your life a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else that you want to say?
No, that was my very long
No, I mean it was
explanation.
great. It was great. I mean, and we're doing good on time. I don't think we're not overstaying our welcome as far as I can tell. But
Yes. So, that leads to the question, Jeff, do you like this movie? I know you've watched it because we watched it in preparation, and I know you've seen it
yeah,
before.
yeah. So this is not in my top 20, I guess I should say, because I have a top 20. I couldn't narrow it down. So it doesn't live up to that, but I do enjoy this movie, and there's reasons why. I mean, in some ways, so I we'll find this out over the course of this podcast, assuming it continues forward. But I really enjoy John Hughes movies. I like movies talking about teenagers and kind of the struggles that they go through, and kind of the funny shenanigans that happen in high school specifically. And this movie falls into that a little
Mhm.
bit. It's definitely a coming of age story. Um, so I do find enjoyment watching it, and in fact, it's funny. Before we did this podcast, me and my wife Sarah, I just randomly turned it on the other day because it was there, and I was like, why
And
not?
you were like, "Dang, I have to watch it again."
So no, well, yes, for in preparation for the podcast, which was a totally different experience because I was completely by myself watching it and taking notes and such. But like, so I guess I like it enough that I chose to watch it. So
Mhm.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
And there are things that I enjoy about it, but yeah, I do like this movie. I have no bad feelings for this movie. Not
Okay.
really. So, yes, I do enjoy this movie.
That's good.
Now, I feel like you got into this a little bit, but we wanted to talk about what our earliest memories of this movie are. And
Yeah, and it's so I just have a terrible memory.
same, it's going to be like torture trying to figure this out for some of these
Yeah,
movies,
like,
but
every one of these movies, it's gonna be pretty foggy, but I'll give you my vague recollection.
sure.
As I said, I did not see this in a movie theater.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't believe that I watched it when it was a new movie because I don't think I was quite that young,
Okay.
but I could be wrong.
So, like, I mean, maybe a year or two after it came out.
Yeah, that would be my guess, but anyway, um, our older sister, Jessica,
Okay, yeah.
she was the one that told me about this movie, I do know that.
Okay.
So, she introduced it to me, I don't actually remember watching it with her, though.
Mm.
The first memory I have of watching this movie, or at least part of it, was laying on mom and dad's bed while they were watching it.
Oh, you watched it with mom and dad?
Yeah, so I think what happened,
That's surprising to
I
me.
think Jessica might have rented it at, like,
Oh.
Blockbuster.
It was not an uncommon thing for someone to rent a movie, it could have been anyone in the house,
And then
and then everyone just,
yep,
like, took turns watching it at
yep,
different times. Like, that was pretty typical.
yeah. So I think that's what happened, I think she rented it and watched it and told me that I should watch it, and then I
Mm,
just, like, happened to watch it while mom and dad were watching it,
okay, okay,
so,
cool.
what about you?
So you very much introduced this movie to me as far as I remember it, and my specific memory is that it wasn't even so much about the movie necessarily. There's a song I think there's a
Mm.
song in this movie, although I don't remember hearing it. Is it in the credits or something? Like, is it
It
like
depends on what song you're talking
well,
about.
it's the really light song by the artist that's heavily
Yeah,
featured in this
that is
movie.
not in the movie.
Oh, is it not?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that explains it then. So,
Yep.
I remember it kind of came into, like, you got introduced to is it Landon Pig? Is that what his
Mhm.
name is? Hopefully, that's how he pronounces it. It has 2 G's as far
Yep,
as I know,
Pig
but
with 2
he
G's,
he plays the I guess, the love interest in this movie, but he's also, like,
a musician.
he's a musician and he has an actual group, and there's a song that he did, and I'm assuming you got introduced to him because of the movie, and you asked me to kind of learn how to play it,
Yes,
which I
I do
did.
remember that, and
What's the name of the song? It's the coffee shop
it's
song, right?
Falling in Love at a Coffee Shop.
Yeah,
That might not
yeah.
be the exact title, but I think it is.
Yeah, yeah, and I remember I sat down and I learned the whole thing. I think I watched the movie after that, though. At some point, you were like, "Jeff, you gotta watch this," and I'm sure I did. We may have even watched it together. We probably did.
Probably,
I think we did.
yeah.
That's how I remember it, and yeah, I mean, so we've definitely yeah, it's definitely all tied into the family, which is gonna be another, like, common thing that happens with this,
Yes.
but, um, kind of another big question. This is gonna be an interesting one. Uh, what is this movie trying to say? Like, what's your personal take from this movie? What's the lesson to be learned, or,
I
what do you think?
I feel like I should have a good, like, in-depth answer for this, but I really couldn't come up with one.
No?
No, I feel like it's gonna be a very, like, simple cliche answer, but when I thought about it, rewatching it last night, I think it's just trying to say that you should follow your own path,
Yeah,
sort of a thing,
yeah,
and that can be taken either from the teenager perspective and the parent perspective. So, like, for the
yeah,
teenager, it's like, you need to find what you wanna do in life, like, follow your
yeah,
path, you don't have to fit into a certain mold, and then on the parent side,
mhm,
you need to let your children
yeah.
find their own path. You can't force them to fit into your box, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm guessing this is gonna be something I notice a lot more with these movies, is I definitely saw that I saw this movie as much more of a, like, lesson to parents, and maybe
Mm,
that's because I myself am a parent now. Wasn't at the time we first watched it, but yeah, like, that's the thing that stuck out to me, is this is very much, I feel like, like, a lesson to parents. Hey, your kids are gonna sometimes wanna do things
mhm,
that you don't necessarily agree with or want them to do, and you need to kind of be okay with that to some degree, right?
right.
And kids don't want to they don't want you to be proud of them because because you did just the thing that you wanted them to do or became just like them. They want you to be proud of them for the things that they're passionate about and that they actually put themselves out there, that kind of thing. So that was the big thing that stuck out to me. Was there anything else that stuck out to you as far as like
No, I mean, there's little things in there, like, but it all revolves around, like, the parent-child relationship, I think,
Yeah,
so
yeah, and it
'cause it stresses, like, you shouldn't completely, like, write off your parents' advice and,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you should be grateful for your parents,
But at the
but
same time, they do a good job in this movie, especially with her dad, in kind of showing that, parents aren't perfect. They're
Mhm,
people too, and they have their own issues, and, they even, hint at the ideas of, like, they have some things in their marriage that are a little bit of a challenge, and
mhm.
that's normal, that's a part of life, but they do a good job of that too.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said, and like you said, like, the other part of it outside of parenting is, like, we need to follow our passions and find that thing that we really care about, and try to go after it, hopefully with your parents blessing and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
um I think the other thing that stuck out to me, it's very much about breaking out of social norms too. I mean, you could even
Yes.
say this is like a feminist movie in a
Mm.
lot of ways, in the way that I mean, it's
Yeah,
a bunch of women doing a very, you know
non-traditional.
it's a high contact sport, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. There's all that going on. And the thing that stuck out to me is that, in the case of the character of Bliss, the main character, she doesn't want to do the thing her mom is trying to force her to do, which is like these pageants, these beauty pageants, which I wonder if that's like a real, it's got to be like a real thing that happens where moms are like really pushing hard for their
Well,
daughters.
yeah, I mean, you get really young girls that,
Yeah.
like, from a young age are put in beauty pageants. That's gotta be the parents.
But it's like there's this moment, it's very brief, but it's very intentional, I think, where she's on the bus and she sits next to that old
Mhm.
woman who has dyed blue
Kind of
hair,
bluish hair,
right?
yeah.
And you can tell she's like, okay, there's something about this that I really like, and it's because it's different than what her mom wants. It's like it's breaking out of that
Hmm,
socially acceptable thing that her mom is into, that is a little bit antiquated maybe. And
yeah.
she sees this older woman and she's like, oh my gosh, there were people like me years and years ago. There's just this,
Yeah,
there's the hint at that a little bit, and she mentions her hair and how she likes it.
yeah, and the tie-in that the movie starts with her dyeing her hair blue.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought about that as well.
And I also just brought up that it's also a bit of a, like, being the black sheep of your family.
Mm,
It's got that thing
it
going
does
on
have
where,
that as
because she
well.
has a younger sister who's totally all in
Yep,
on the pageants and thinks it's cool, and she's clearly just like, she feels out of place.
yep,
And so, again, a lot of things to relate to there for many people.
yes.
Um, so yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on there, and yeah.
And I think with all of that going on, I think they do a really good job with it.
Sure, yeah,
I
yeah, I
was
think
gonna
so.
touch on, like, I know we're ready to move on to a new topic, but you bringing up that it shows, like, women breaking out of the traditional roles, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, I like how they portray all these women
Hmm.
that are doing the roller derby, like, they explain, like, these women come from all walks of life, like, some of
Yeah.
them are waitresses, some of them are this, and yet they're here doing this every
and
night.
it's also like, they have their hard lives that they're
Mm.
living in,
Yeah, they all
especially
have.
with Kristen Wiig's character.
Yep.
She's a single mom essentially, and
Yeah, it's very, like, humanizing, like, it's showing all
yeah,
these people and
and much like this podcast is maybe going to be for me, they have to have an outlet. They have to
Mhm.
have something to do in their lives that they're passionate about, even though they have the struggles that they also have to deal with being
Right.
adults. So,
Yeah. So
um,
I just like the various paths that it does show.
I was gonna. I don't think I had anything in here for this, but like, I wanted to mention Drew Barrymore.
Mhm.
I felt like she did a pretty good job as far as directing this movie.
Oh, okay.
Like, not with her character. Her
Okay.
character is funny actually in a lot of ways, but
Yeah.
like, being this having this be her first movie, and maybe some of her inadequacies are hidden in, like, the fact that it's a comedy. This isn't a drama,
Right.
but I mean, I think she did a good job.
Yeah, as a
Like
first time directorial, yeah, for
like the
sure.
humor's really good, and I think like the fact that we're talking about I mean, obviously that goes to writing as well. Like
Yes, but also, like, capturing the sport, the
yeah,
shots of capturing them roller skating, it's like, that's all done really well.
yeah, yeah, I think so too. I just wanted to bring that up. I think Drew Barrymore did a really good job with the movie. I think it's yeah, I think it's pretty well executed overall, and I don't find myself cringing about anything because some movies it's just like oh something felt really off about it, and I didn't really get that too much from this movie. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm biased.
maybe. No, I agree. I think it was well directed for sure.
um, so kind of an interesting question, and it's funny that this comes up because of what I just said, but like, and we'll get into it. But we'll start with you. Do you like how this movie ends? Is there something that you would maybe change about the way this movie ends? There's something about it that didn't work for you. What are your thoughts?
Mm, I don't think I would change anything. I
Yeah,
actually am very satisfied by the ending. Like, part of me wants to say, "Okay, it's a little lame that it just ends zooming out on Bliss sitting on top of the what is the place called? Piggly Wiggly?
where they sell the squealer or
The
whatever.
barbecue joint, yeah, but
That was actually one of the things I wrote down with that shot. Is I was like, this is me being pretty nitpicky about it, but like I was like, was it hard to get up there? Like, is that something she actually does? Is there an easy way to get up on top of that
I'm
pig?
sure they used a ladder or something.
Or are they just like, "We need a cool shot," and it's like, are we is it just a cool shot, or are we meant to assume that she goes up there often?
Yeah,
I
I
don't know,
don't
or is
know.
there some other message to that, that she's sitting on top of the pig, like she conquered her teenage
The
life, and s I
only
don't know.
yeah, I'm sure there's nothing to it other than, "Oh, it will be a fun shot."
Yeah,
If anything, I can see it as, like, it's kind of showing that she's kind of staying where she's at. I mean, she tells her mom she wants to move to Austin, but I would assume that she's probably gonna keep that job and keep doing roller derby for a while.
yeah, yeah, I
So
well, roller derby is in Austin, though, right? Like,
oh,
that's
yeah,
where it's
that's
at.
okay, so
I don't know where
maybe it's
the
the sun setting on her
oh, on her
barbecue joint days.
yeah, because she can't work there if she's gonna move to Austin. I also don't understand the, like, geography of what's going on, like,
No.
how long are these bus rides? Did they say was it hours bus riding to and from every day?
I
Like,
don't think they said.
I don't remember where anyway.
Yeah.
Um, so a couple of things. I overall like the way the movie ends as well, but, um, I did think that it was I don't know, there was a little bit of give and take here that I was like, I don't know how I feel about it, where it felt like her and her mom had a real heart to heart and
Mhm,
kind of like reconciled really heavily, but it was before the pageant.
mhm.
And then when her dad comes in and is and everyone else comes in and it's like, no, 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 you got to come and her mom kind of confronts her on it.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
like she just goes from like they had this kind of nice moment to all of a sudden being just like like almost just like upset and angry with her and like a little passive
Yeah.
aggressive and I was like, "Whoa,
It
what?"
is kind of a step back, like, I
Yeah,
totally get that, but also that first heart to heart kind of ends with Bliss
hers.
still kind of catering to her mother
That's fair.
because she
That's
says,
fair.
like, "I wanna do this."
And they do leave that like her mom's never completely happy with
Yeah,
any of it. She's a little bit disappointed, which is fine. Like it can be
yeah.
kind of unhappy. And this movie doesn't have the perfect happy ending, frankly. They don't win at the end. Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
yeah.
They do
That's
lose.
what I was gonna say, I'm glad that they did that. Like, I mean, it really wouldn't have made much of a difference either way, but
Sure.
I was like, "Yeah, it's cool."
I
They
guess I
didn't
guess
need to win.
it's more I guess it's just like, yeah, it's not about them winning. It's about her and her mom coming to some kind of
Yeah,
understanding and about her finding this passion and she's obviously going to keep doing it,
that's true.
regardless of her
By
winning.
making them lose, it does make it stay focused on the message of the movie, where
Yeah.
it's not making it about the sport as much and winning like a yeah.
Yeah, a couple of other things is like, what are your thoughts on the breakup between her and I don't know if his name's Landon in the movie, but her and Landon Pig, the pig
Oliver. His name's Oliver.
in the movie is Oliver. Okay.
Um,
Do you think that breakup was weird in any way? I felt like it was kind of like, is she actually mad at him? Or do we believe him when he says he didn't cheat on her?
it
Like,
does leave the door open a little bit where
I,
you're like, I don't know.
it's almost like she's just like, I guess her whole thing is like, I don't really care. Like,
Yeah.
she's almost just apathetic to the whole thing. And it's just
Well,
like,
she had her meltdown over it, broke down
maybe
telling her
it's
mom and her friend.
is this was this I can't remember. Was it before they do the final match? Do they break up before or is it after?
Well,
Because
they break up right before the match starts
okay.
because he comes back into town.
And I think that's maybe just them trying to be like, this is not like the roller derby and going to Austin is not about a guy. It's not
Yeah.
about this guy that she had a fling with or whatever. It's
They
about the
didn't
roller
wanna
derby.
emphasize the
And
relationship too
she's
much.
acknowledging that too. It's like, I'm not letting this ruin
Yeah.
what I like to do right now. I'm getting past that. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, did he cheat? I mean, I guess it's fine for it to be ambiguous. And
Yeah, I mean, I err on the side that he probably did,
yeah,
but I agree that the
he
way
seemed
it's
so
presented,
sincere.
yes.
He's just like,
He's
it
like, "I
wasn't a big
didn't do
deal.
it." Like
And he's
yeah.
like genuinely upset that she doesn't believe
Yeah.
him. I'm like, maybe
And
he's,
he's
I mean,
still, like, so cute when he comes back
right,
too,
right.
joking about the van stink and
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like in my head, I was like, I'm a little. I kind
but
of see like him being genuine here, and she's just like, I don't care. You didn't call me,
yeah.
and that
He
was her
does
thing.
get a little angry
Yeah,
though,
just a little bit.
just a little. Um,
The other thing that I wanted to bring up too is, and again, this is probably just purposely ambiguous. Iron Maven, who we'll talk about a little bit more, who's
mhm.
kind of the antagonist of the movie, if you will. She's the one who just like gets super jealous of
Of this new
this new
up
young
yeah.
person. But then like the whole thing of it is that she almost gets kicked out of the whole derby because they find out she's not 21
Mhm.
and she's only 17. And the assumption is that Iron Maven, the antagonist, said something that she ratted her out.
Right.
But then she just full on is just like, I didn't tell on you. I wanted to actually do this. And I was like, is that true? Like, is she telling the
Yeah.
truth there?
Yeah, because
She actually respected her enough to be like, I wanted to have
she said she just wanted to mess with her, which
hmm.
worked, like, she got in her head, like, "Oh, crap, this is gonna happen," but at the same time, you'd think just by
Well,
her telling that
it
she's going to tell.
oh, did it not like did she just end up telling everyone like herself?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
what happened?
Bliss told her whole team.
That's okay, that's on me then. So
Yeah.
she just okay, she said
But
she was gonna do something,
still, for
didn't.
her to be like, "I still wanted to race you,"
I know.
it's like, well, if it was gonna blow up to that extent, you probably would have expected her to drop out or something.
So I think some of that is just I didn't pick up on that she ultimately told everybody. I mean, I remember her telling, but I thought maybe it came out before that.
No.
And then as I already mentioned that I was like, was it hard for her to get on top of that pig? It's just like, okay, cool shot. How did she get up there again?
Yeah.
It reminded me of the Iron Man 2 scene where he's randomly on top of the donut at the donut shop eating a donut,
Oh,
but
yes.
he's also Iron Man, so that's how he got up
For
there.
some reason, when you said Iron Man, I thought of Superman, and I'm like, I have no memory of Superman on top of a donut.
Nope, no, yeah, that's what it reminded. There's a couple of things in this movie that I was like, oh, that's interesting.
I do like they had like it was a really, really simple, brief moment, but I liked that the antagonist and Bliss ended on good terms. Like, that
There
was
was,
short and sweet to me because,
yeah,
like, they didn't dive into it and it didn't feel cheesy to me. It felt genuine that they were like, "Okay, we've had this little bout, but, like, we respect each other after everything that's
I mean,
happened,
how can
and
she be mad at her now that it's like she won
she got what she wanted."
and she got to do the derby.
Yeah.
Blisted. So it's like
And the younger person
you
showed her some respect and that she wants to learn from her, and
you can tell that she's still a little annoyed with her. She's not completely over it. And
yeah,
it's fairly believable,
but
Um, yeah, I mean,
I'm just
over.
saying I'm glad, I guess, that it didn't end with them still like, "I'll get you next time. I hate your guts." Like,
Do we like the do we like Pash and their coworker? I can't remember his name. Do we like them ending up?
Birdman.
Is that? I mean, we'll get into that a little bit more too. Like I have thoughts.
Okay.
Anyway, so I guess moving on. So kind of a two-parter question here. Who is your favorite and least favorite character, actor, actress performance in this movie?
That's so funny. I just realized I didn't, come up with an answer for a favorite. I think I was having a hard time coming up with a favorite because I think I my gut instinct is to just say, um, Elliot Page is my favorite performance because I think he did a really good job,
Yeah.
um, like, conveying all the emotion through that movie, I think was
Yeah.
yeah, they did really well. But I did have a strong a stronger answer or opinion, surprisingly. It surprised me because I hadn't thought about it much
For your least
until
favorite?
for least favorite, yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about it until we came up with these questions. And it's kind of a toss-up for me between Drew Barrymore
Oh.
and Jimmy Fallon. They're
Oh,
kind of
okay.
like
Okay.
which is so sad for me to say because I like both of them a lot. I
Mhm.
especially like the movie Fever Pitch that they're in together.
I was it's funny, I didn't make the connection. I was focused on a different
Yeah.
pairing, but
But when I was watching it this time, the thing is their their humor doesn't always hit. With those 2 characters for me,
Yeah,
I at some moments, I think Drew Barrymore is really funny,
yeah.
and then at other moments, I'm like, she's trying really hard to
Little
deliver this spacey stoner vibe.
She's also a little over the top sometimes, but
Yes.
I mean, the joke for her is she's always getting hurt. That's
Yeah,
like she's
and she's
always getting injured.
forgetful,
Mhm.
ditzy.
Yeah.
So some of it will work, and I'm like, "This is funny," and I
Mhm.
really like Drew Barrymore as an actress, but
Sure.
then the whole persona she puts on can be too much at times where I'm like, she's overacting or it doesn't really fit her or something.
Yeah.
And the same goes with Jimmy Fallon. Some of the lines he delivers, I'm like, that's funny. I like Jimmy Fallon. And then others, I'm just like, that's stupid. Like, it just doesn't,
Th
I don't
It's
know.
very different characters for the 2 of them.
Yes. And I think
They're
that's what it
they're
is.
not playing to what like, they're not doing the normal thing that they would
And
do.
that's why maybe I feel that way when I said, like, I don't know if it really fits Drew Barrymore to be that, like, stoner. I don't even
Yeah.
know if she's supposed to be stoned, but that's the vibe I get from her.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, what about you? What are your
Oh, I'm gonna hop right into favorites.
okay.
I'm a little shocked you didn't get into this.
Oh, no.
Um, Come on. You're not gonna mention Razor?
Ah!
Come on.
I'm okay, I wanted to, really, like, honestly, I wanted to because I enjoy him so much, but he's such a small part,
But such a good part.
but he does very, very well.
I
So is he.
so the whole time that I'm watching the movie though, in my head, I'm just like, why aren't there more Andrew Wilson movies? Like, what happened there? Obviously,
Yeah.
his 2 other brothers, like, they're in a lot of things, it feels
Mhm,
like. And I admittedly didn't look at Andrew Wilson's IMDb, so maybe he's in a bunch of stuff and I just don't realize it.
mhm.
Um, I don't know. I really like him in this movie, and it's so weird how much those brothers sound alike.
Yes.
They all sound so similar, but like he's great. and I know that we're gonna get into things like quotes and such, and he
Mhm.
wins some of those things quite a bit. But like I think he's hilarious in this movie, and kind of an interesting thing. Like he's apparently based off of a real person. His character's based off of someone,
Yep, I read that.
but I think he's great. I think he's got a really fun energy. It's like he's kind of being the tough coach, but underneath they make it very clear that he's a nice guy and all this other stuff. He actually
Mhm.
cares. Um, and they show that duality of him really well, but he's just also hilarious to me for some reason.
Yeah. No, he's definitely one of the funniest
Um,
characters.
I'll give a quick shout out to Kristen Wiig, Maggie Mayhem.
Yes,
So
I do like her.
the reason I mention this though is that, and again, I didn't look at her whole IMDb, and in my mind, I kind of wish we had more movies with her acting in this realm, where she's saying funny things, but she's not being like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
She says humorous things. It's kind of the Bill Murray vibe, where it's like Bill Murray plays most things pretty straight.
Yeah.
He's not being ridiculous for most of his. There's exceptions to that, but he just kind of is quippy.
Yeah.
He'll say things that are kind of just like, oh, that was funny, and it's very naturalistic.
Yeah.
And I like that she's that way in this movie. She's not over the top, because she
Mhm.
can be very
She
like,
can, like,
which is great.
Bridesmaids, is it? Like,
Y-
yeah,
I
there's, like,
and I
extremes.
Yeah, like she has her extremes, and I don't. I wish we had a little bit more of her being kind of this more normal, but still funny at the same time person.
Yeah. Yeah, because she has taken on more
Serious
serious
roles,
roles recently.
playing villains and such, and I mean
Yeah.
it.
It would be nice to have more of her comedic side at a toned down level.
I disliked this movie so much. Wonder Woman 84. I like That's one of the few movies where I was checking my watch the entire movie, like when's this going to be over? But I was most like one of the things I was worried about was Kristen Wiig, and she was actually fine.
Yeah.
And she's also another example of this. She's really good in The Martian.
Yep.
She's not really doing anything comedic in that movie, but like I think she can do that.
Yeah.
So, and I think she might be getting into that a little bit more here and
She
there,
was
but
in Walter Mitty as well, where
yeah.
she was kind of, yeah,
Um Least
least
favorite.
least favorite.
You mentioned Jimmy Fallon's character, Johnny Rocket.
Yep.
Um, Something with a hot tub. I don't remember.
Hot Tub Johnny.
Yeah. Um, okay, I have a weird thing with him. I found this time watching that most of his humor just didn't land for me
Yes.
anymore. But here's the other thing that I keep thinking. I don't know if we've talked about this before. There's a part of me that makes me a little uncomfortable with his character, because I'm a little worried that's how he really is.
What?
I know that's probably not true, but
You
somewhere in the back of my mind, I'm like,
oh,
what if this is what Jimmy Fallon's really like?
oh no. You mean like a creeper? Like the fact that
Like,
he wants to be in the hot tub with
I mean, that it's not even that. It's just
his inappropriate
his
jokes.
humor is just a little on the like, and I mean, society has changed a lot since 2009, even. But like, I'm just like, it, if there's any chance he's at all like that, it's
Yeah.
not great. It's probably not. That's probably not true. He's probably a nice person, but um anyway, I wanted to say that, but my primary answer is I actually don't care for her friend Pash.
No,
I
really?
Okay, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. She later in the movie she does this huge spiel, and it comes out of nowhere. It feels like, where she's just like, I want to get out of this town. I want to go to college, and that comes kind of late in the movie, out of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
And then she's getting mad at her about like, but you were, me getting arrested and going to jail. That's not one of those things that's going to get me out of it. And she's so mad at her,
Mhm.
and it's like she makes horrible choices throughout this movie. It's
That's
like
true.
it has nothing to
She
do.
went to these events, she was the one drinking
And
and
yeah, and
hooking
just
up with guys.
yeah, she's just doing all these horrible things, and then it's like, even if Bliss came back to her that one time she gets arrested, it's like she probably still would have gotten arrested.
Mm,
It's like she's just mad at her because she had to go through it alone, I guess. But like
yeah.
every once in a while, I was just like, I don't like this character for some reason.
That's so funny.
I don't know.
I
I found her to be a little bit like inconsistent in what she's saying she's trying to
Yeah, I
do,
guess I
but
can see that since she's supposed to be the one wanting to go to college and, like,
yeah.
yeah.
So that's my hot take on that. I was curious if we would agree, but it sounds
No,
like not
it's
so
funny
much.
because I actually like that character quite a bit. I think she kind of reminds me of one of my best friends
Yeah.
because, like, the duo there of the 2 friends, like, Bliss is a little more quiet and
Yeah, a little
reserved,
more reserved. There
and Pash is a little more outgoing and
it's
blunt.
the classic introvert extrovert
Yeah,
friendship.
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I could see that. Um, all right. Favorite scene. What's your favorite scene in this movie?
I honestly didn't have, like, a specific favorite scene in this movie. Like, I don't think there is a scene
Yeah.
that's, like, amazing or, like, I just wanna watch this scene over, but because I had to answer the question and I was thinking about it, surprisingly,
Mhm.
'cause I when I hear the question "favorite scene," I think of movies that are, like, epic scene or, like, super entertaining to
Sure.
watch. This is
Sure.
not the case. So,
Oh, okay. Okay.
this I decided my favorite scene is one we talked about where Bliss and her mom are having that heart to heart in the
Oh,
kitchen.
yeah.
I just think that's really a good scene. I really appreciate the acting on both sides. It
Yeah.
feels very genuine
Yeah.
and realistic the way they're talking and like the discomfort of talking about these difficult things.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
nobody's comfortable talking about these things with their parent
And
or
she's
child.
opening up. She's being
Yeah,
very
and the
honest.
fact that, Bliss is revealing to her mother the mistakes she's made,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
at the same point, her mother is just revealing, like, not hiding the fact that she smokes, like,
Yeah, which
you know?
she's clearly very, ashamed of it, and she's just like,
Yes,
"You know
she's been
what?"
hiding it the whole movie, and in this moment where her daughter is coming to her with, like,
Yeah.
this thing that she's done wrong,
I mean,
she's like, "You
she
know
her
what?"
daughter probably knew, though.
Oh, I'm sure. Yes, she wasn't
She's
doing
she's
that.
hiding it, and she's like, "I'm sure you
Oh,
know,"
yeah,
but
and it would smell and everything,
yeah,
but
yeah.
no, but I really do like that scene. It's, again, not that typical, like, "This scene gets me pumped up and excited for this movie," but it's really good.
Yeah, yeah. I no, you're
And
right.
her mom opens up too of, like, being a little like, "I'm not as, like, uncool as you think," like,
Sure.
with the striper T-shirt and
And it's funny,
no.
they kinda make it a point to show that her mom has kind of a I I don't wanna say, like, horrible job, but she has a slightly less than ideal job too.
Yeah,
Like, I guess she's
a male
a
woman.
mail woman. She's delivering mail, and you see that a couple of times. So it's like she doesn't have a glamorous thing going on, and so that adds to the whole thing with her being like, "I never had the opportunities that you have," and
Yeah.
she's kind of trying to through her daughter live the life that she wished she had
Yeah, she's
had.
like, "I want more for you
Yeah,
than what I ended up."
and that's all very
Yeah.
consistent in what we see there. Um, I have two things I'll mention. One of them's a little bit surprising. One of them maybe not as surprising. Um, I really like the part where Razor is trying to convince them the plays are good and they're ignoring him, and so he literally pays the other coach. He's like, "I don't have much money, so
Yes,
you
you know.
know." And he's like, "Take $20 and there's more if it doesn't."
Yeah.
And the guy does it, and it's a great play. I really like that. I mean, again, it emphasizes that character and the type of person that he is, and it's somehow funny, but he's also being genuine about it. I don't know. I can't explain it. He's one of those people that it's just like he can play
He's being dead serious.
and that somehow is hilarious.
Mhm.
I don't know why. The other thing that stuck out to me though, it was in the credits and it made me think about this a little bit. Um, they have that random it's a deleted scene, I guess, because it's never in the movie. It's Kristen Wiig and Drew Barrymore are just like drinking together and laughing
Mhm.
hysterically. I don't know if that's a blooper or a deleted scene or both.
Yeah.
But it got me thinking, they have some kind of chemistry that I feel like I wish we got a buddy movie with those 2.
Mm,
They just seem to
yeah,
fit really well together, and
yeah.
I just so that stood out to me as, like, they seem like they had a lot of fun on
Oh,
this
yeah.
movie, and they'd probably
Yeah,
have a lot of fun in other movies.
I think those were bloopers. I couldn't say for sure, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah,
And yeah, they
that stood
looked
out
like
to
they were
me.
having a good time.
That stood out to me as, like, they look like they really enjoy each other. I hope that they do, but who knows?
Yeah.
Um, okay, here's a fun one. What's the most awkward scene in this movie or part in this movie? What is super awkward to you? Uncomfortable even?
This is gonna be so surprising because there's like a few obviously awkward scenes, awkward moments in this movie. And so I like had to narrow it down to what I surprisingly decided is the most uncomfortable for me. And
Is it
it's not gonna be what you think.
it's not?
I
It's
don't think
not?
I don't think it is. Maybe we'll see.
I actually have 2 ideas in my head. I bet it's one of them.
No, I think I'm gonna surprise you.
Oh, no.
Um, it's actually when her friend Pash is drunk
Yep.
at that party
Yep.
and hooked up with some random dude, and
And
they're making
then
out in the bathtub, and she's just super drunk. and, and then Bliss telling her
yep.
that awful, uncomfortable story about her parents making love. That is so uncomfortable to me.
You can't
Like,
see this, but I'm showing Becca my
oh,
notes, and I
oh,
have it written
yeah,
down.
that's so funny.
It's so
It's just
awkward.
like,
It's like, I
okay,
get yeah, I mean, it makes sense. She's trying to get her to throw up, and she went all in, and it's really disturbing.
yeah, she's like, but at the same time, it's funny that she's like, I don't know what she says, but Pash is like along the lines like, "Well, no, like
She's
why,
like she's
why,
confused.
yeah, like why are you telling me
What are you doing?
this?" But I'm like uncomfortable on two notes though. This is a little like out there, but me as a person, it's just honestly uncomfortable for me to see a young teenager in that state,
Okay,
honestly.
yeah.
So, like, yes, the story to get her to throw up, that is super
But seeing
uncomfortable.
drunk teenagers
But
is on its
just
own.
yeah, but just seeing her in that vulnerable, just so drunk state makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. I wrote down the same scene though. Like,
Yeah,
so
that is so funny with
I
all the scenes there could.
yeah, I mean, I bet you were wondering. I mean, I thought maybe she'll go for the pool
The
scene,
pool scene
which
or the
I just
crab conversation.
oh,
Those
yeah.
were the 2 that
You mean
I
Kristen Wiig's rant about
yes, but
yeah.
I eliminated
Um,
it because Kristen Wiig is funny and she pulls it
yeah,
off,
I
but
that didn't make me uncomfortable, I just thought it was funny, but, like, the pool scene, I don't find it awkward, but there is a part of me that's like, they're trying to be cutesy and, like, do something different, but it's like, realistically, I'm just sitting there thinking, like,
that's gotta be so awful.
that was probably super hard to film, and
Yes.
because it was hard to film, no one in their right mind would have actually done that, like,
Yes.
no one's going underwater to kiss when
Up
you're,
and
like,
down.
struggling air,
Yes.
it's like, they make it seem like they just went underwater. I mean, maybe they're going for some kind of, like, metaphor or imagery that's,
I
like,
thought it was artsy, and I appreciate the
attempt.
unique attempt. Like, cause really, like, I do like artsy choices, that's what I call it anyway. But I thought the same thing. It's like I
Yeah.
can't help but look at it and be like, "I'm supposed to think this is cute and romantic," but all I can think is, "How are they breathing?"
Yeah, yeah.
Like, ugh, yeah.
So, that's funny that we're in agreement. I did write down one other thing. And I find this I don't know. I had a pretty good experience in high school. So like when I see characters like this teenage boy who comes into the diner and is like super obnoxious, like so
Mm,
beyond obnoxious, and just some of the comments he makes, some of the things he does. He's only in a couple of scenes, but like that guy, I was just like, oh my gosh.
Corby's boyfriend, yes.
It just like rubs me the wrong way. I'm just like, because I never interacted with anyone like that in high school.
Yes.
Maybe I was lucky. Probably are people like that, but it's just like, oh my gosh, and it makes me uncomfortable. I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, what
They
a.
always seem to portray people in high school in movies as so awful, and
There's
I'm the
always people who
same.
are horrible. Like every high school had a psychopath in it, and
Right.
somehow I either avoided those people without knowing it, or I didn't see that much.
Right.
But so it always makes me feel a little weird when I see it. But what would you say is this movie's biggest pitfall?
I really didn't have much. I think I have 2 things to bring up,
Okay,
but one of them is that I don't think the humor always lands.
sure.
But I mean, it's a comedy, like,
Hmm.
there's so much humor in it, so
Yeah,
it's like, to expect it to all land is probably a little unrealistic, but it's most of, like, the inappropriate humor that doesn't some of the inappropriate humor that
if
doesn't land for me, like Jimmy Fallon inappropriate jokes.
it's gonna be inappropriate, it better be dang funny.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yes. They better do it right if it's inappropriate,
Yes,
though.
yeah,
But, like, that's what I'm saying, though, like, the crabs conversation, that's very inappropriate, but I find that funny.
yeah.
But then you've got Jimmy Fallon, like, making the joke about, you know, the sequel in his pants, and it's like, I don't
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't find that funny, you know?
Again, I
It
hope Jimmy Fallon's not really like that,
there's just yeah, so the certain humor not landing is a little bit of a pitfall, and then the other not significant thing, I don't know if you noticed,
I haven't looked at anything, so.
in the last match, I don't know what you call it, championship game, do you call it a game? Um, the
Oh,
stunt double used for Iron Maiden
was super
is
obvious.
so obvious, and
I
like, notice it every time.
I can't say I noticed. I
Okay.
didn't.
Well,
I also
that's
haven't
good.
watched the movie as many times as you, I'm
Yes.
sure, but
Yes. So
yeah, it
but I'm like,
happens.
it is what it is. It's like you can't expect the actor to do everything
Oh,
and
I was listening to a podcast where they're talking about how, like, that was just the norm, like, in the 80s and 90s, like, it was just normal that you would see a stunt
different
double.
faces.
Like,
Yeah.
they couldn't hide it very well back then, you
Yeah.
know? It was like Jurassic Park was one of the first movies that, like, they
Digitally.
digitally
Yeah.
altered that stunt double's face and just, like, put
Yeah.
the actress's face on top, like, it's actually super noticeable now if you know it's there.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
"Oh, that doesn't look good."
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Um, what about you? What do you think is
I had a really simple thing. I couldn't think of much, like, um, the one thing I kept thinking was that, the parents, they look nothing like her. Like,
Yeah.
nothing at all like
I
Bliss.
mean, I
I
could imagine the mom maybe with a different father, but that guy and her, yeah.
I just I mean, it's a small thing, like, they all do a good job, but it's like, I don't know, they did not cast the look.
But strangely,
Mm,
this is kind of going into a trivia thing, but I read that the little girl
yeah,
is
yeah,
the mom's actual daughter,
yeah, yeah, I saw that
and
too.
I don't think they look alike.
That Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, they say you take more from your dad more often than not, but that's I don't know. But not the guy from Home Alone, though. The door just locked. That was really
Well, we
loud.
captured that, so
Um, okay. What You said you love the music in this movie, but what's your favorite musical element from this film?
like a little hard how that question is phrased for me to probably
W-
give a
Yeah,
great answer,
we're
but
purposely trying to keep it
yeah,
open-ended to
it's
the
an
point that
open-ended.
it could be the score, it could be the
Yeah.
soundtrack, it could be anything. It's a musical element.
And see, I was going to touch on both, because, as I said, I love the music. I really like the score and the soundtrack. I actually remember I downloaded a lot of the score and soundtrack onto my iPod back in
Yeah,
the day.
yeah.
Specifically, there's one theme in the movie from the score. I think it's called "The Road to Austin." It's what she's like. You hear when she's on the bingo bus driving to Austin, and she's
Oh,
like
okay.
watching the town go by, and then they bring that theme up a few more times. Um,
It's interesting because I don't know the movie well enough to like have picked up on that yet,
yeah.
and I haven't listened to that score
But
isolated.
it's
So,
just a very, very simple
mm,
piece of music, but I tend to like simple pieces. But I think it captures like this thoughtfulness of her like reflecting on where she's at, and um also gives like small town vibes. I don't
hmm,
know how to
okay,
explain that, but like they captured this like thoughtfulness
yeah,
in a small town. It just, I don't know, it works for me. And then the score, sorry, I just talked about the score, the soundtrack. We already talked about Landon Pig a little bit,
yep,
but I like, there is, I think, at least one or two songs that he actually does for the movie,
yeah, yeah,
and I enjoyed those. I had downloaded those, and it introduced me to him. So I found more music of his that I liked. I mean, to be fair, I think it's probably like a handful of songs that I
sure,
like, but I liked them. And then there's like these random oldies that
hmm.
I actually like was probably introduced to by this movie that I enjoy. So,
You're not going to mention the specific one.
which,
I thought for sure you would bring up the 38 special song, "Caught Up in You," so caught up in you.
yeah, no, if I had known
I,
the name of it, probably.
I always assumed that like that was one of your favorites from. I'm a little surprised you didn't mention it by name, but
Yeah.
um,
So is that your favorite?
I put it down just because I am a sucker for anything like 70s or 80s in a movie. Like, so I did put it down. I do like that song a lot, but this isn't my number one thing here. But shout out to Stryper. I have a weird relationship with that band because I've actually never really listened to their music, but I'm a huge Boston fan, and one of the members of Stryper played for Boston for a tour.
Really?
One of the ones I went to.
Wow.
Yeah, I think his name's Michael Sweet. He played guitar and sang for Boston for a little bit. So
Wow.
I see Stryper and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a fun connection there. Anyway, if I can bring it back to Boston, I will. But my favorite moment. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
We're going back to Razor.
Oh, no.
Razor's introduction. He shows up in his crazy car, and I don't know cars. He's got this ridiculous car.
It's probably a razor.
Is it called a Razor? No,
Like,
that's not the name of the vehicle, is it? It, it
what do you
it's a
call.
convertible, and it's like this tiny
No,
thing.
it's like, now I'm gonna have to check
Oh,
it.
you think it's
It's
like an
yes,
off-road vehicle?
yes.
I mean,
I
maybe.
think it is. I don't think it's really a car.
It's pretty small. But all that to say, it really cracks me up the song he's listening to when he pulls up. It's I didn't know the band until I looked it up, but I've heard that song many times. It's by Wilson Phillips. It's called Hold On. It's the song that goes
Oh, I was like, I can't
some
picture
da
it.
da 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 da
Yeah,
da 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 da.
yeah.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. It was giving me White Chicks vibes when
Hmm.
Terry Crews is singing that other song.
Oh, yeah.
It was giving me those vibes where it's
Yes.
like, it's so unlikely.
Yep.
You would never guess that they'd be
It's
listening to
not
that, but
this, like,
he is cranking it
yes.
in his vehicle.
Like if you were listening to ABBA or
And it's
something.
hilarious that you get literally like 2 seconds of the song. And it's like, that's all I needed. And it was perfect.
Yes.
But that I thought that was hilarious.
That is a good one.
Um, okay, kind of a simpler one, but what's the most unexpected crew or cast member in this movie? The kind of like, oh look, it's that person.
Yeah, I don't have a super interesting answer because we've like kind of hit it over the head already, but Drew Barrymore directing it. is a surprise to me. Like,
Yeah.
I had completely forgotten, and it's in my top 10. Like, I knew it at one point, but, like, she's also acting in it, and so I never, like, put the 2 together, like, "Oh, she actually directed the movie."
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I was curious to see, I was curious to see if she had directed anything else. She's got some upcoming projects,
yeah, I
apparently.
saw that it had, like, 5 things listed, but I don't think that all of them are
It
movies.
looks like she's only really done 3 things so far. One of them was a music video, though. So this is like one of the only things that she directed,
So maybe
and
she thought it wasn't for her or something, I don't know.
not a horrible movie to just have be your only one. It's
Yeah,
not
to be
horrible.
like, "Hey, I did it."
Makes you wonder if she just didn't like the process, maybe, because I mean, directing sounds like it would be really stressful.
Yeah.
But
What about you? Who was unexpected?
it I did not look at this person's IMDb, so like maybe they're in a lot of stuff and I just don't know it. But Juliette Lewis, who plays Iron Maven,
Yes.
she's the daughter in Christmas Vacation,
Yep.
and it's very and she has a very distinct look, and to see her as a grown up, I think it said she was in her 30s in this movie, but like
Mhm.
that was weird, and she
Yeah.
still sounds the same, and you can tell it's her, but
Right.
that
Because if
that
you
one's
aren't following her
hmm
career, it's, like, such a random
yeah,
jump where you're like,
yeah. I feel bad I didn't go and look at her IMDb. She's probably done a lot of stuff that I just am not aware of. But seeing her, I was like, oh wow, it's the daughter from Christmas Vacation. Wild.
right.
Um, and on a similar note, uh, favorite piece of trivia that you found on IMDb?
Already talked about a few of them,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
a lot of them. Clearly, we both
yeah. The
read about it.
the daughter being the actual
Yeah,
daughter of.
the daughter being the actual daughter was pretty surprising to me,
Hmm,
the little blonde girl.
yep.
Um, yeah, and I mean, the only other thing that comes to mind that we haven't mentioned is that I guess Elliot Page was 22 years old,
And that's the
and that's
age
the
that yeah,
that
her
they lie about.
that was the age that Bliss gave. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So,
Um,
what did you find?
so I was looking through it, and the one that stuck out to me. So here, going back to Andrew Wilson a little bit, um, I'm like, where has he been? Why is he not in more things? But in the trivia, it mentioned, and it makes me wonder about their relationship, if they're just really good friends or whatnot. But Drew Barrymore and Andrew Wilson have appeared in 5 movies together.
I was gonna bring up
Yeah.
that he was also in Fever
I
Pitch.
I only remembered him in Charlie's Angels. I didn't know he was in the sequel. I haven't seen that sequel in a lot.
I can't picture him in
It's
Charlie's
it's that kind of
Angels.
awkward scene where she, like, tries to distract the driver.
Oh.
Drew Barrymore and him are like, she gets in
He's
the
the,
car and
like,
he's
limo driver or
the
something.
zipper on her suit is, like, super open, and he's sitting
Do
there
you
like
like fast
yeah,
cars?
that's him. So I remembered
Yes.
that one, but yeah, they were in Never
Fever
Been Kissed, which I have no idea who he is in that movie. This movie, Whip It, Charlie's Angels 1 and 2, and then Fever Pitch. And I
yeah.
don't remember him in Fever Pitch either.
Yeah, he's her coworker that
Oh,
Jimmy Fallon thinks she's dating and is
I
jealous
I
of.
have not seen that movie in a long
It's a
time.
good one.
Yeah. Um. All right.
Mm.
Favorite quote. The way we're kind of thinking about it is like not only favorite quote, but potentially quote you use in your daily life. You just throw it out there every once in a while. What do you got?
And this is funny because I, like, definitely quote this movie, but it's, like, silly to say that it's from the movie because it's so simple and you know what it is. There's a scene when they're playing roller derby and they're just losing
Mhm,
terribly,
mhm.
and Andrew Wilson's character is getting so frustrated. And so it, like, has this random cut between the actual game play and them, like, standing off to the side,
Yeah.
doing their team huddles, and he's just got his hands on his hips, and he says, "Gosh dang it." And I do not usually swear, so that's why I he
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he does swear, but as someone who does not, I will, like, yeah, use the non-swearing version
in your normal life.
in my normal life all the time, but, like, the point is I say it in the same tone.
Yeah.
It's, like, all about the tone. The way he says it is so funny to me.
Yeah, and he says it a couple of times, I think, in the movie, and it's that same tone. He's just very, like,
Gosh,
annoyed.
dang it.
He's being genuinely, like, serious or whatever, and it comes off hilarious for some reason, and that's probably the only one that I would ever use, but it would only be for you.
Yeah,
I would say it in front of you, but I don't
yeah.
think no one else would get it. Um, so I don't use a lot of quotes in this movie, to be
Mhm.
honest. It's not a movie that I'm throwing out randomly. Like I don't know it well enough. So I did write down two that stuck out to me as like I like that one. The first one is when Pash tells Bliss that she doesn't have the balls to do the derby,
Mhm.
and her response is,
I could
I can
grow the
grow the
balls.
balls. I
Yes.
can grow the balls." I thought that was funny.
That is a good one.
And then another one from Razor, Andrew Wilson, when they're celebrating at the end of a match, and he just says, "Congratulations, you still suck," because they
Mhm.
lost the match ultimately. Like,
He has probably a few quotes in there. I would again, I don't quote this movie a lot
yeah.
outside of that one, but, like, the jean shorts comment,
Oh, I don't remember that
Kristen
one.
Wiig comments on his jean shorts. She's like, "Nice
Oh.
jean shorts, Razor," and he says, "Every single day."
I do.
And
Is that when he first shows up too?
yeah,
Nice.
and the only other, like, quote that I find really funny that, like, I would think I would use, but obviously there's, like, no real life reason to use it. It's just funny because it's Kristen Wiig and how she
Mhm.
delivers it, is when she drops Bliss off at school,
Yeah.
and she says, "Have a swell day at school, sweetheart." I
So
love that.
very, very patronizing. Like
Yeah. Yeah, Bliss flips her off.
she had another one. I didn't write this one down, but she was saying something about like what was she like threatens to like break her son's legs or
That's
something
in the
like that.
same moment. Oh,
Yeah, that
what
part was pretty funny.
yeah,
And she's like, "I'm totally kidding. It's
if you ever lie to me like that,
a."
I'll break your legs.
All right. Moment of truth. So, this is the moment I reached out to Becca's husband, Kyle, and Becca reached out to my wife, Sarah, and we individually asked them without telling the other person, without telling their spouse. We asked their spouse on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you absolutely love this movie, 1 being you hate this movie, and 5 is kind of like you're neutral to the movie. Like either
Maybe you haven't seen it
you haven't
or
seen it, you don't have any thoughts really, that's
mhm.
fine. Or you're just apathetic towards the movie. We asked for their rating, and now we're going to see if we can guess what our spouse's ratings were. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I could go first.
Okay. So, Becca, what do you think Kyle's rating of this movie was?
I'm probably not guessing low enough.
Oh, oh. So you think he's
I
below a 5 or what?
yeah, I don't think Kyle likes this movie, hardly at all. I don't know. So I guess that he would say 3.
Okay. Let me read you some of the things he said. Uh, First, he teased me and said, "It's a solid 4, 5 on a good day." But then he said, "Just kidding. I don't remember it well enough to rate it. Probably 3, maybe a 4."
Oh my gosh.
And then I was like, "Wait, wait, wait, wait. So just to be clear, 5 below 5 means you actively dislike this movie." And he asked, "Do imaginary numbers count?"
Oh my goodness.
And then, "Which direction do I go for immemorability?" He had thoughts. But then he said this, which I think is the most telling part. He said, "Walked in on Becca watching it once. Uh, I didn't sit down to watch it with her. Generally disinterested, borderline blah." So he gave it the rating of pi. 3.14.
3.14. Wow,
So
so
you were pretty spot
I
on.
was pretty spot on.
Yep.
I feel like this is gonna be a pattern with his ratings of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it'll
But
be fun to hear what Kyle has to say.
oh man. Well, the real question, do you have any idea what Sarah would say about this movie? What
um,
she would rate it?
I believe that Sarah probably gave the movie a 6. And the reason I say that, I don't she definitely doesn't dislike this movie. She's not neutral towards it, and she's basically just she's perfectly fine sitting down and watching it with me if I ever turn it on. I don't think she would ever choose to turn it on, but she's fine turning it on. So I think
Okay.
she went with a 6.
Okay. I was actually surprised by her answer.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm ready for it.
She did not give an elaborate answer like Kyle,
Yeah,
a teasing answer.
that doesn't surprise me.
She gave it an 8.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah.
that's better than I thought.
Yeah, it's
I
better than I thought too.
I was kind of hovering 6 and 7. I was like maybe a 7.
Yeah.
But like if she was going to have it 6.5, but 6 is what I want.
Yeah, she said that she likes it a lot, that it's enjoyable to watch,
Wow.
but it's not an absolute favorite.
Yeah, still trying to get her to make her list.
Yeah, she
And
needs one.
she says that it's really hard.
Kyle has one. She
Yeah.
needs one.
Yeah. Like I was like I can name 3 of the movies that would be on your list, and she's like, "Yeah, those are probably right." But she's just like, I don't know. She made the point it helps that I have a list of every movie I've ever seen. That
Yeah.
makes it easier to like, well, kind of. It was really hard to narrow down. Fair enough.
You
Fair
failed.
enough. So that's higher than I expected.
Yeah.
She enjoys it.
Yeah, because I knew she liked it, but I wouldn't have expected it to be that high. So,
Well, Becca,
oh no,
we're
this is
to we're to the end of the podcast, which means it's time for the unscripted question.
yes.
Uh, the idea here is that me and Becca have prepared questions that we are not familiar with up until this moment.
One question each.
One question each. Don't be scared. I think you'll be surprised. Mine's not that hard.
And my question is pending what your question
Oh, you want to
is.
go first?
No, I want you to ask me first.
Yes. So
Yes.
you want to answer first.
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready? This isn't that bad. I think
Okay.
you'll be perfectly fine with it.
Okay.
I don't think you'll be that surprised with it, actually. Becca, is Andrew Wilson the most attractive Wilson brother? And if not, which one is?
Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Um, oh, that
Do I need
is.
to pull up a picture of the 3 brothers? Do you need to see? I can do that really quickly.
I mean, honestly, I don't think I'm like super attracted to oh wonderful, a picture of all 3 of them.
All 3 of them, and in their prime, I would say.
I'm not really into any of them,
Oh,
but
okay, okay. Andrew's the
I,
tallest.
he probably is the best, the most good looking. I would say Andrew Wilson.
Okay,
Yep.
man. And yet he
Are
can't
you
seem to.
supposed to answer that question too?
No, these are One Direction,
Okay.
but
Oh man. Well,
yeah, I'm not prepared to answer that question. That was not the deal.
I really struggled with coming up with a question. I told you beforehand that I had like 3 and I was going to pick one after I heard yours.
Yeah.
Um and I'm still a little unsure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say 2 just because they've kind of both been addressed.
Oh,
Funny,
you're gonna bring up 2.
you don't have to answer both.
Okay, maybe I've already answered.
Yes, that's the point. So this is the one that I think you've probably already answered. I was gonna ask which oldie song is your favorite from this movie because I know you like the older 70s, 80s music.
Yeah. I mean, so
And
yeah.
you said that already, right? The 38 special.
Yeah, and it's funny because like again, I was sort of born in the wrong decade I was born in the wrong decade for music, which you know.
Yes.
But I've been encouraged to try and branch out a little bit, and I'm still very much in the past. But now these things are like classics. But I was cool to hear the Radiohead song that plays
Yes.
when is it when
They're
it was
saying
after they're saying
goodbye.
goodbye after their night
After the
together.
pool
They
scene.
play the song. I think it's called No Surprise.
No surprise or no surprises. I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and
but
that
I love that
very very
song.
cool Radiohead song,
I love
and
that song, and
I'll
I
give
got
that
it from
yeah.
this movie. Yep.
But Caught Up in You probably is the winner.
Yeah.
That's a great song. 38 Special has some bangers. So
Cool. Well, that can count as the question. I just am gonna bring up the other one because it's funny. You asked me about which Wilson brother is the most attractive.
oh no.
My other question was, who is your favorite Wilson brother? Which is very similar.
My favorite Wilson
You don't have to
brother.
answer, but I thought it was funny that we were both going the Wilson brother track.
That is funny. I mean, I mean, just like my gut reaction, and it's funny that I've been talking Andrew so much, but I
He hasn't been in much, so
he hasn't been
yeah.
in much. I think I lean towards Luke quite a bit. I like Owen a
Mhm.
lot, and I like some of the like comedies that he's done. They're great, but I think Luke is he just seems like a cool guy.
Yeah.
He was also in one of my favorite TV shows for a little bit. He was in that '70s show.
Really?
Yeah, he had like he was in a handful of episodes. He plays Ashton Kutcher's brother.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've probably seen that. I just
interesting
don't
pairing, and
remember.
he plays sort of an obnoxious, good-looking character, and he pulls it off. He does a good job, and he's in one of your favorite movies too. Although I don't think it's in your list. He's in My Dog Skip.
He is.
Yeah,
Yes.
what's that guy's name again?
Dank.
Dank Jenkins. Yep, that's right. Well, that's it.
That's it.
That's the end of the podcast.
We made it through our
we
first episode.
only had one hiccup. The recording stopped because we reached the maximum length, and we had to start a second time.
And now we know there is a maximum length.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll hopefully get around that and maybe get better at this whole thing. But anything else you want to say about Whip It?
It's a good movie. I mean, I know it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, I enjoy it. And I think if you haven't seen it and you like any of the people in it, if you're into that kind of humor, give it a try.
Nice. This is fun, Becca.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
And hopefully it was interesting to the people listening. But anyway.
Yeah, and I look forward to discussing one of your favorite movies next.
Yeah, that's how this is going to work.
To be decided.
To be decided. We will be doing one of my movies next, so that'll be fun.
Yep.
All right. Well, bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh no.